Hello everyone and happy Thursday. Today I decided to come on with my two girls. I did mention before that, there are some persons that's expecting babies and they like to get like the size comparison compared to maybe a baby that's already in their nursery. Like for an example, when I was expecting this big girl, of course I wanted to see what she would look like next to Saskia, just to get a comparison of the size difference. Yeah, I find that I tend to do that a lot when I'm expecting a new baby. So these are my two big girls. First, let me start with this one. This is Jamie Santana, and she is the Saskia kit by Bonnie Brown. And she is 3 months in size. Sometimes I choose to do 6 months because I find that her bottom half is a bit bigger. Her body itself, because this kit comes with the body, and I find that the kit that comes with the body is a bit big. Yeah, and I think the reason being why, I think Bonnie Brown designed it. I could be wrong. I have no idea. I'm just assuming. You know what they say, when you assume as well as, well, there's still a chance that, maybe I just might have a point. And I'm thinking that maybe she designed the body to be a little bit wider so that the sculpting of the legs would, I guess, be apart. Because I'm guessing that if the body was smaller or more narrow, then the leg would be closer together. So I think that maybe this is the look that she wanted. I'm guessing. Yeah. So this is my big girl again, Jamie. I call her J for short. And I'm going to change both girls. This is my big girl, Julia Destiny, and she is the Elliot kit by Michelle Fagan. And she is, they tend to be similar in length, but she is a much bigger, chunkier baby. Yeah, so Saskia is, I think, 22 inches, and the Elliot is 23 inch in length. So looking at them, she is an inch taller. But in terms of size, she is a very, very big girl. And she has huge arms in comparison to Saskia's little arm. Yeah, she's a big girl. She's a big girl. In fact, I think that because of the size of her head, and this also the size of her arms, she could have easily had like a bigger body and longer legs. Now, originally, this kit is intended to be on a 3/4 leg, meaning that the body was designed to be jointed, and if the legs are on a jointed body, then that would probably extend the leg like maybe 2 inches longer. Yeah, so I can see the sense in that, because like I said, she really does have a huge head and huge arms. Yeah, so the longer legs is more reasonable, really. Yeah, except that I prefer not to see the cloth in the leg, so of course I went with a non-jointed leg body. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to change these girls into their PJs for PJ Saturday. Starting with Jay. Jay is going to wear this 2-piece set by the Children's Place. Oh, this is 0 to 3 months. I thought this was 3 to 6. Now, don't get me wrong. Jay, this set belongs to Jay. It's in 0 to 3 months. She had worn this the night when she arrived at home. I do remember that, but I also remember that the fit was a little bit tight fitted, so I had preferred a bigger size, 3 to 6, and I did purchase her a 3 to 6 for a more comfortable fit, especially like around the waist. But you know what, seeing that the sleeper is here, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on her. But like I said, it is Jay's PJ. Yeah, so she's gonna go ahead and wear this. It's gonna be a little bit tight around the waist, but it'll be fine. All right, so also I wanted to participate in the tag by Diana Reed. Yes, her channel name is Diana Reed, and she was asking like, what features do you like in your babies? Yeah, so give me this, sweetie. I'm gonna try to be quick because I only have like 20 minutes. Okay, what features do you like? Well, first of all, in terms of my collection, I love variety. Yes, and I find that all of my girls are different sizes. Yes, starting from my preemie Isla, she's a preemie, and then I have McQuell, which is newborn. I have Jay is 3 months. I have Macy, which is Araya is 6 months, and then I have this big girl, which is Jules, and Jules is 9 months. Now I choose to put 6 months like onesie on Jules because she can wear a 6 months onesie. But in terms of dressing, I find that each wear a different size outfit. Yeah, because I do like variety, number one. And number two, let me see if she needs to freshen this up. I love a difference in skin tone. Like these two girls are painted very, very similar, and that's fine. But I also have Caucasian babies in my collection. I have a biracial, which is McQuell. Well, I have two Caucasian babies, which is Isla and Dyson. I have McQuell is biracial. I have all my other babies are AA, African American. They're the darker skin tone, like both these girls, both Jay and Jules. Yeah, so I do love a variety in different skin tones. And what I especially love about like the Caucasian skin tone is that you tend to see more details like veining, modeling, that pink. Oh my goodness, this Pampers is gone. That's okay. I did bring did I bring the Pampers? I thought I did. No, I didn't, but that's okay. I have this cloth diaper here, not to worry. She's going to wear this cloth diaper. I thought I did bring. Okay. Wow, this video is going to be much longer. I just might have to come back and do another video with Jules. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, with the Caucasian babies, what I love is that, you know, the details show up so nicely because the baby is light skin. You see the you see more of that pink pigment in the skin, more veining, more modeling, more blues. Plus I also love like that I enjoy from other person's collection, like this different eye colors. Yes. So you know what, now this is going to be really big on Jay. Not big, the diaper is going to be bulky, therefore this PJ is going to be even tighter. You know what, let me come back. I'll be right back. Yes, I'm back. So I decided to seeing that she's wearing this sleeper, not sleeper, this two-piece PJ set, I decided to change her. I'm gonna put her into this. I don't know if she ever wore one of these Pampers. I don't remember the name of it right now, but I did purchase this here on my island. I'm gonna change her into that. I'm going to try to remember to not talk with my hands, because like one mommy said that it prolongs the video, and right now I'm sort of stuck for time. Yeah, so as I was saying, I love the details that shows up on the Caucasian babies, especially. I find that you get more details that show up, well, in my collection, that is. You know, some details are hard to pick up on the AA babies, especially the darker skin tone ones. Yeah. And next is this Pampers is a little bit next okay, not so bad. Next is the different kits. Yes, I love different kits, and I try to get I love to see moms that have 2 and 3 of the same kits in their nursery, you know, because they do like a variety. Sometimes they do the twin, and it's beautiful, but because of space, I try to choose different kits, different sculpting. Like, I was gonna go on, I had purchased the Penny kit by Natalie Blick, and it tends to be a little bit similar to Saskia, like the open mouth, and I think the leg, one bent leg, one long straight leg, or one straight leg was in the reverse or something, and therefore I sold the kit. Yeah, I try to collect different sculpting of kits. Yeah, and let me go ahead and put this on. Yeah, so which other kit? There's a few kits too. Oh, because I had fallen in love with Araya, which is my smiling baby girl. I fell in love with her before I had any smiling babies, and because of her I had decided on the Phoenix kit, my baby boy Prince. I added him to my collection, and I have Araya, but before I had Araya and also Prince, I had purchased the Sunny kit. And the Sunny kit is also a smiling baby, and I had sold that kit. Yeah, because I try not to collect too much of the same look. Yeah, I have 2 smiling babies, and I'm fine with that. But honestly, let me tell you, if I did not have Araya in my collection, I would have added the, I think it's the Buggy kit by Laura Lee, no, by not Laura Lee Eagles, by oh my goodness, then I'm gonna include it in the description, or I'm gonna put it on the screen, because right now it's just not coming to me. But Laura something, I love that kit. She's the only thing I noticed, or I learned recently, is that it's a bigger kit. Like, I think Miss Lynn had mentioned from Bella's Blessing that her baby girl, because she has the same kit, I think wears like a size 12 to 18 months. Yeah, I was a bit surprised because I had no idea that she was such a big girl. So I would have had to think about the size there. Yeah. Okay, so here's my big girl hair dress. Yeah, so okay, so I love the different skin tones, I love the different sizes, I love the different sculpting of the kits. What else do I like? I prefer more awake babies than sleepers. Yes, I love sleepers, don't get me wrong. I have 2 beautiful sleepers in my collection, and I had adopted out a few sleepers. So I love sleepers. It's just that in terms of interacting with the babies, or when you're taking pictures and posting pictures, I find that it's so much easier to pose an awake baby rather than a sleeping baby. Yes, because it looks to me a little bit off when a sleeping baby is sitting up. Now, of course, you would be creative by having the baby lean on a sibling, which would be the case if it was a real baby. Come here, come here, big girl. Meaning that if you have two babies sitting up, one falls asleep, then the one that fell asleep would automatically lean on the next. Yeah, so you do things like that so the picture is more realistic. Or even when you're filming. Here's my big girl. Yeah, she's a big girl. Yeah, so Jules is going to wear this two-piece set by Cardis. Yeah, and this is in the 9 months. Yeah, because she's a big girl. She is a big girl. See, she has these huge arms. So that's one of the reasons too why I buy bigger size clothing for her. She has a huge head, so the opening is easier to put over her head. Yeah, and she needs that extra room because her leg is spread wide apart. So she needs the extra room, yeah, to accommodate her spread legs. Yes. Okay, so what else do I like? What do I prefer? Let me see. What else? Oh, and again, I am funny about the way the baby is sculpted, like the mouth. Like, I love Jules' mouth. I don't mind the baby mouth being open, but honestly, I have a problem when the mouth is too wide. Yes. Like, let me look at Saskia mouth. Like, Saskia mouth is fine. It's a little bit wide, yes. But what I do is I add a pacifier, and the pacifier takes care of that for me. And I don't, like I said, I'm okay with the way she's sculpted in the mouth, but I'm really not crazy about the way McQuell is sculpted in the mouth. McQuell is the Indie Kit by Lauralee Eagles, and many times the sculpting, you know what I think it is? I don't know, but the way her mouth is sculpted, sometimes it sometimes it bothers me the way her mouth is sculpted. Yeah, but that's an easy fix, because once you put a pacifier on the baby, then you no longer see that. See, what I'm saying is there's some sculpting I don't mind seeing all the time, like Jules. I don't mind seeing Jules' mouth, her lips all the time. It's beautiful. I can see her little tongue. That's fine. Saskia, I can see Saskia's tongue, her sculpt, like this is fine, except sometimes I find that I still need to add a little pacifier to her. What I think my problem is with McQuell, which is the Indie Kit by Lauralee Eagle. Now, I'm not going to take off or change her pampers to save time. I think my issue there is that I don't think there's a tongue in McQuell's mouth. I think it's just open. Yeah, like inside, it's just empty on the inside. I could be wrong. I'll have to double check. I think maybe that's my issue. Yeah. I think maybe that's my issue. So this video is going to cut off very soon. And another thing too that I noticed, the other thing that I've noticed is in terms of the sculpting of the kit, there's some babies, like I've had 2 babies in my collection that was sculpted with with the hand a certain way, and that had bothered me. Yes, and now when I'm interested in a kit, there are certain things that I look for, like the sculpting of the hand, the sculpting of the feet, preferably full arms and full legs. But see, the thing about the legs is, even if the legs are not a full leg, if it's a 3/4 leg, you can still put it on a full leg body, providing too that the leg isn't too short. You can do that. Yes, and another option too today, if the limbs are really not what you're happy with, you can change your limbs. Yeah, you can switch out the limbs. Like I had done that with my very first reborn baby girl, which was the Presley Awake by Bountiful Baby. Now the reason why I switched out her limbs is because she had a 3/4 arm. That was the reason. And yeah, that was the reason. So I switched out her. I had originally looked for just arms, but the arms that I first purchased was not the right size. So when I went back and I had found that, I think it's Adri Stewart or something. Yeah, she makes the mix and match limbs. I had purchased a set. It came as a set, arms and legs. So therefore I had asked the artist to paint both arms and legs rather than just the arms. Yes, and I'm happy I did that because I found that the arms and legs worked perfectly with her head. Yeah, the proportions were all right. It was awesome. Yeah, so that's something else too. You know, I learned, I've had in my collection, in my arms at home, I've had a total of 11 babies. Yes, I've adopted out 4, but I find that with each baby I learn what I like and what I don't like in my collection. Yeah, so the more babies you add to your collection, the more you learn about yourself. You do. Yeah, so I can almost look at a kit and have an idea if I'm going to like that kit or not. Like I was very, very surprised with Isla, I must say, because Isla is a preemie and she is only 15 inches tall. But the reason why I think that Isla, I fell in love with Isla and that she cuddles so well is the way she is sculpted. Like her arms, like some persons don't like that straight arm. I do. Like Isla has one of her arms are more straight and the other arm is bent, and I find that that works perfectly for posing your babies. Yes, not everybody love or like the same thing, but I love that. And I love, like with this baby girl, what I'm not crazy about is that her arm is so wide in the shoulders, but I love her hands. Because actually I had considered changing her arms, but I'm so in love with her hands that I decided to keep the original arms to this baby girl. Yes, but like I said, the only thing about this that I am not crazy about is how wide the arm is in the shoulder. But it doesn't take away from my bond. It doesn't. It just makes it more difficult in terms of dressing, like sizing, like when you're purchasing the size. Like 6 months is too tight for up here. That's why I decided to go with the 9 months. Yeah, so that's it, everyone. So here's my 2 girls. My 2 girls. This is Julia Destiny. Again, she is the Elliot kit by Michelle Fagan. Yes, and this is Jamie Santana, and she is the Saskia kit by Bonnie Brown. Yes, so that's it, everyone. So thank you all so much for watching, and you have a super great day. Bye bye.